Here's something that'll mess with you a little. White chocolate, you know, that pale sweet stuff, technically has no chocolate in it. But here's the twist. It still comes from the cocoa bean. So, is it chocolate or not? Honestly, the answer is more complicated than you think. And by the end of this video, you're going to look at every chocolate bar differently. We're breaking down every type of chocolate, dark, milk, and white, what actually goes into them, what makes them different, and which one is actually the healthiest. Spoiler, the answer isn't what the health food industry wants you to believe. We're also going to settle the great debate. Is white chocolate even real chocolate? And I'm going to give you my honest take, which not everyone's going to agree with. Stick around. This gets interesting. Before we compare anything, you need to know what chocolate actually is. It starts with the cocoa bean. Inside that bean, you've got two things, cocoa solids and cocoa butter. Think of it like coffee. Cocoa solids are the intense, bitter, complex stuff, the actual flavor punch. Cocoa butter is the fat. Smooth, rich, almost neutral in taste. When you process cocoa beans and keep everything together, you get what's called cocoa mass, or chocolate liquor, which confusingly has zero alcohol in it. That's just what it's called. Now here's where it gets interesting. Different types of chocolate are basically just different ratios of these ingredients, with sugar and dairy mixed in. Dark chocolate keeps most of the cocoa intact. Milk chocolate waters it down with sugar and milk. And white chocolate? White chocolate throws out the cocoa solids entirely and only keeps the butter. That's the foundation. Now let's go deeper. Dark chocolate is the one that gets the most respect, and honestly, the most misunderstanding. You've seen the percentages: 70%, 85%, 99%. What does that actually mean? Simple. It's the percentage of the bar that comes directly from the cocoa bean. So an 85% dark chocolate bar is 85% cocoa-derived ingredients, solids, butter, both, and about 15% everything else, mostly sugar. Higher percentage equals less sugar, equals more bitter, equals more intense. The first time most people try 85% dark chocolate, they make a face. It's bitter. It's almost savory. It doesn't taste like the chocolate you grew up with, and that's kind of the point. Now here's the myth. Dark chocolate is healthy. Half true. Dark chocolate, especially 70% and above, does contain flavonoids, which are antioxidants that have been linked to heart health and reduced inflammation. That part's real. But here's the surprising fact most people skip. A typical dark chocolate bar still has 20 to 30 grams of sugar and significant saturated fat. Eating half a bar every night because you read it's good for you? That math doesn't work the way people think it does. The relatable moment, be honest, you've bought a fancy, dark chocolate bar thinking you were being healthy, taken one bite, called it an acquired taste, and then gone back to your regular stuff. We've all been there. Milk chocolate is the default. It's the crowd pleaser, the one most people picture when they hear the word chocolate. And there's a reason for that. When you add milk, whether that's dry milk powder or condensed milk, and a generous amount of sugar to the cocoa, you get something softer, sweeter, and way more approachable. The bitterness of the cocoa gets buried. What you taste instead is creamy, sweet, almost caramel-like richness. Compare that to dark chocolate. Same cocoa bean, completely different experience. Milk rounds all the sharp edges off. Most classic candy bars, milk chocolate, Snickers, Kit Kat, M and Ms. Cadbury, dairy milk. This is the category that built the entire chocolate industry. But here's the hidden downside nobody talks about. Milk chocolate typically has a much lower cocoa percentage. Sometimes as low as 10 to 20% in mass-market bars, which means you're mostly eating sugar and fat with a hint of cocoa flavoring. That doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's candy. There's nothing wrong with candy, just don't dress it up as something else. Okay, here's where things get genuinely controversial. The argument against white chocolate is simple. There are no cocoa solids in it. It's just cocoa butter, sugar, and milk. Since the cocoa solids are where all the chocolate flavor comes from, some people, including a lot of serious chocolatiers, flat out refuse to call it chocolate. And honestly, that's a fair argument. But here's the twist, and this is the part people always miss. Cocoa butter still comes from the cocoa bean. It's still processed, still extracted, still deeply connected to the chocolate-making process. You cannot make real cocoa butter without starting with cocoa. So white chocolate is made from the cocoa bean, just not the part of the bean we traditionally associate with chocolate flavor. It's like saying orange juice isn't really orange because you removed the pulp. The orange is still in there, just in a different form. My take? White chocolate is a cocoa product. It belongs in the conversation. But calling it the same as dark or milk chocolate is a stretch. It's its own thing entirely, sweeter, fattier, with that unmistakable vanilla cream flavor, and for the record, good quality white chocolate, made with real cocoa butter and not vegetable oil, is actually incredible. The problem is most of what's sold commercially is terrible, waxy, cloyingly sweet, and made with filler fats. So the real rule with white chocolate, quality matters more than with any other type. Fast version, pay attention, taste, dark, intense, bitter, complex, milk, sweet, creamy, familiar, white, rich, sugary, vanilla forward, cocoa content, dark, 70 to 99%, milk, 10 to 40%, white, 0% cocoa solids, cocoa butter. Only, sugar level, dark, lowest, milk, high, white, highest. Health perception, dark, praised, milk, neutral, white, dismissed. Most popular use, dark, baking, snacking, pairing with wine, milk, candy bars, everyday treats, white, desserts, baking accents, specialty drinks. Let's clear a few things up. Myth number 1. Dark chocolate is a health food. It has real benefits. The antioxidants are legit. But most chocolate marketed as healthy dark chocolate is still a sugar-laden dessert. Don't let a 70% label trick you into eating 3 servings. Myth number 2. More cocoa always means better chocolate. 100% cocoa is rough, like chewing a bitter, chalky block of existential regret. Great chocolate is about balance, not just maximizing one ingredient. Myth number 3. White chocolate is fake. It's not fake. It's incomplete. There's a difference. It comes from a real cocoa bean. It just skips the part that gives chocolate its distinctive flavor. The thing most people get completely wrong. They assume the percentage tells you everything about quality. It doesn't. A beautifully crafted 55% milk chocolate from a small batch maker will absolutely destroy a mass-produced 85% bar in terms of flavor complexity. Origin, processing, and skill matter just as much as percentages. So which chocolate wins? Here's the honest answer. It depends on what you actually want. Want the most nutritional benefit? Go dark. 70% minimum quality brand, small portion. Want pure enjoyment without overthinking it? Milk chocolate is popular for a reason. There's no shame in it. Want something different and you're willing to find the good stuff? Try high-quality white chocolate, real cocoa butter, not vegetable fat. It'll surprise you. But here's the conclusion most people don't expect. The best chocolate is whichever one you're actually going to enjoy. The one you savor slowly instead of stress eating over a sink at midnight. Because the health benefits of dark chocolate disappear fast when you're eating half a bar out of anxiety. Chocolate, all 3 types, has been one of humanity's great pleasures for thousands of years. Don't ruin it by feeling guilty about which kind you like. If this changed how you think about chocolate, or if you've got a strong take on the white chocolate debate, drop it in the comments. I read them. See you in the next one.